Hello everyone. For those of us less familiar with the weekly Torah portions, this week is a doozy. We will not be dazzled by Moses' leadership skills, nor sit anxiously at the end of our seats anticipating some unfolding drama. Rather, welcome to the world of flesh discoloration, skin affliction, and white with a streak of red on the back of one's head. Yes, this week's Torah portion, called Tazria, details conditions of an unseemly skin disease, often translated as leprosy, but is actually a temporary rather than a permanent and severe condition. The afflicted person must endure a period of quarantine. Sound familiar to those of us who remember the measles? Perhaps even more intriguing, the illness and recovery are not determined by a physician, but by the priest. Although quarantine suggests a medical intervention, the context for our narrative is as spiritual as it is physical. Why do we classify such an unsightly yet temporary affliction as a spiritual matter? Here is my unique take. When we address the topic in Tazria, we often focus on the challenges and traumas confronted by a person isolated due to illness. We recall the loneliness of people afflicted with AIDS, or we think about the sense of abandonment felt today by those with terminal illness, Alzheimer's, or dementia. We remind ourselves and our community to demonstrate compassion, concern, and love toward those forced into a devastating physical or emotional solitude. But as the portion Tazria addresses a condition which might be contagious, yet is temporary, we can suggest that compassion and sensitivity lie with the individual and not only with the community at large. Consider the automatic phone calls we receive to remind us about an upcoming medical appointment. Those, sometimes obnoxious, recorded messages often urge us to reschedule if we are ill with COVID or any other health issue, an illness which might impact other patients and staffs of a medical office or hospital. When it comes to our kids, how often do working parents send sick children to school, concerned more for our daily schedules and some moments of peace, rather than for the health of other families? And moving away from the health field, does a day go by when on the roads we don't egregiously violate traffic procedures and courtesies, jeopardizing other drivers, all because our selfish needs take precedence over the community's welfare? My sense is that in daily life, if each of us reduced our gross self-centeredness just a bit and were to become more mindful and sensitive toward the person next door, our quality of life would be enhanced immeasurably. The portion of Tazria, therefore, suggests not only compassion toward the afflicted, but it suggests that we display some reverse compassion toward the community and the community's long-term health and well-being. Regarding the individual afflicted with the Torah's temporary skin disease, if limited isolation, albeit inconvenient, could prevent further disease, or even a potential epidemic, then the onus is on the individual to consider selflessness over selfishness. So the next time you have a severe cold, maybe consider staying home. And when you are tempted to cut off another driver because you are late for a meeting, arrive late. The other person sometimes matters just a little bit more. Shabbat Shalom.